Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mindy here. I hope you're all doing very well. I'm so happy to be back. I was gone for a couple days to Disneyland to take my kids on a surprise trip. We had an incredible time. Really wanted to spend some special, dedicated, focused time with them because this pandemic has been hard on us, but it's also been hard on the kids. I'm super grateful that we have not had any of the struggles a lot of people have had. We haven't suffered the loss that a lot of people have had, but I think everyone to a degree has struggled through this pandemic, and it just felt nice to have an unplanned getaway and a surprise trip with the family. I have no idea who needs to hear this, but if you have been feeling the same way and things have been tough on you and you have the means, I definitely recommend treating yourself, whether it's a day at the spa or a day at the pool or a day at the beach or going away on a vacation, something to give you joy, something to make you happy, something to spend time with the people you love if that's what you need, or even just spending a day reading a book. It just feels refreshing, rejuvenating, and so joyful to do that for yourself. So now I will jump into the video. Today I'm going to do a video that I did 7 months ago, and that is Gourmindy's Gourmandiest Gourmands. I want to share my very favorite delicious gourmands that I have in my collection right now. My collection has evolved over time, and so there are some fragrances that I had to leave off this list that I did want to add, like Angel EDT or Scandal by Night, but I had to narrow it down. There are also some fragrances that didn't make this list that were on last time. For example, Belle by Jean-Paul Gaultier, Coffee Break, Bon Bon, Juicy Gold Couture. There are a couple others as well. My collection evolves, and so are the gourmands that I really, really love. So right now, these are my 10 top gourmand fragrances that are delicious, that are sweet, that are decadent. I'm interested to hear from you guys. What is missing from this list? What do I need to test out? What do I need to bring into my collection? Please let me know. Without further ado, let's get started. The first fragrance that I have here is one that is a brand new acquisition to my collection. This is a fragrance that I've been wearing a ton, and it's one that I debated pulling into a gourmand list. This is actually classified as a floral fragrance, but it has enough of that gourmand scent profile for me to feel comfortable including it in a gourmand list. The fragrance I'm talking about is Ce Soir by v.2. What stands out the most to me in this fragrance is the fruitiness. There's quince in this fragrance, and that's said to be a fruity, dry, sour type note. When I first tried this one, it really wasn't exactly my style. I had to retest it and play with it on my skin again, and when I did, I fell absolutely in love with this one. This is not a fragrance that is for everyone. I don't think everyone is going to love and appreciate this one, but I absolutely adore it. In addition to the fruity notes that I get in here, the sweetness, there's definitely some woodiness, there's definitely some white florals lingering there as well. But for me, first and foremost, I am getting the fruitiness, and that is what has me so addicted to this fragrance. This one also has dimension. It has ginger and black pepper in it as well, and it really has a warm spiciness that is beautiful on the skin. I don't recommend blind buying this fragrance. This is one that I think people should test before they buy it, but once you try it, and if you do love it, you can find this at a reasonable price at discounted websites. This is definitely a strong offering from the house of v.2, and it makes me want to explore others from the house because this is a love, Ce Soir by v.2. The next fragrance that I have here is Belle Intensement by the house of Lancome. This is one that made the list the last time I did my gourmands list, and that's because this is one that I really do enjoy. To me, this is one that goes a little bit sweeter than the original Belle. It has some vanillic depth to it. It has some raspberry in here. It sort of smells to a degree like Belle Intense, but just with added vanilla and raspberry. It does maintain that original Belle profile to a degree, but this one has a lot more to offer. I like the depth, I like the fruitiness, I like the added dimension that is in this perfume. This is one that I'm reaching for quite frequently in the cooler weather. I remember putting this one on quite a bit in the fall weather last year, and I expect that this will be one I reach for quite a bit in the coming months. Again, this is La Vie Belle Intensement by Lancome. Next up, we have Pop Cherry by the Dua brand. I did debate for quite some time bringing Lost Cherry into my collection, but I did want to explore the alternatives that were out there and see if there was anything that I preferred over Lost Cherry. And in my opinion, Pop Cherry is the fragrance that comes closest to that Lost Cherry profile that I know and love. Pop Cherry has done an amazing job capturing that almond nuttiness, that booziness, that beautiful cherry that is in Lost Cherry. And actually, I find that the cherry in this one is just a little bit more prominent. It's almost a little bit sticky, it's sweet, it's syrupy. I really like how it's done here, and this has satisfied any immediate term need that I have to buy the original Lost Cherry fragrance by Tom Ford. I find this to be very well-rounded, very sweet, an easy wear type fragrance, one that I enjoy. This is also quite a bit more affordable than Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. That is Pop Cherry by the Dua brand. Moving on, I have another fragrance that made this list the last time I did it, but that's just because this is a staple in my collection. It is a gourmand that I love, and that gourmand is Spiritueuse Vanille by Guerlain. This is different than most of the gourmands that I have on this list in the sense that it is sophisticated, it's elegant, it's classy. This is a more grown-up vanilla type fragrance. In this one, you get booziness, you get woodiness, you get a little bit of that incense that's in here. It's just a beautiful vanilla scent. This is not the type of fragrance that I would wear every day. This is one that I really feel like I need an occasion to wear. Don't get me wrong, I have absolutely worn this on a leggings and t-shirt day. I do love to wear this fragrance, even if it's just for myself. But there's a piece of me that thinks because this comes at a higher price point and because it's such a beautiful fragrance, it is nice to have an event, an occasion, a reason to bring this one out and wear it. Again, that is Spiritueuse Vanille by Guerlain. Next up is another fragrance that was on this list the last time I did this. That's what makes me think I want to do this every 6 months or so and see what fragrances rotate in and out of this list. But for now, Fancy by Jessica Simpson remains on my top gourmand list. I don't really foresee a point in time where this one slips off my list because I do really enjoy the sweetness in this one, but I am interested to see if there are others that bump this one out. Fancy is a beautiful caramelic scent, slightly synthetic, so don't let that sway you within the first 20 minutes or so. Give this one a little bit of time on your skin before you judge. It also has a vanillic presence. It has hints of floral, hints of fruitiness, a little bit of woodiness in here as well. There is sandalwood in this composition. I have a backup bottle of this one. I have a body spray of this one. I have multiple mini fragrances of this one, so it is not going anywhere anytime soon. Definitely a staple in my collection, one I love to wear. Fancy by Jessica Simpson. Next up is a fragrance that is brand new to this list. It is one that I brought into my collection over the last 6 months or so, and it is one that I adore. It's a gourmand that's a little bit different than a lot of the other gourmands that I have in my collection, and that is Princess by Kilian. This is a marshmallow-centric fragrance. It also has vanilla in it, but it's different than a lot of the other marshmallow fragrances that I've tried. A lot of the marshmallow fragrances that I played with have a very strong, sweet aspect to them. And this one is sweet, but it has a lot more dimension than just that sweetness. In addition to the marshmallow that is in this fragrance, there's also green tea, there's ginger, there's apple. This is one that I find puts me in a pretty good mood. If I'm having a rough day and I want my spirits to be lifted, this is a great fragrance to reach for because it's a little bit mood enhancing, at least for me. Personally, there's no way to be in a sour mood when you're wearing Princess by Kilian, a great fragrance, one I really love and I'm happy to have on this list. Next up is not Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 62 by the Sol de Janeiro line, although I really love the nuttiness and the beachiness that I get from this one. I actually have Cheirosa 71 on this list. This is a very rich, sweet, dense gourmand that I really enjoy. And the bonus is that this one comes at a very affordable price. To me, I find Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 71 to be the most gourmand from the entire Brazilian Crush line. And it's one that I really do enjoy. I get a lot of different things from this perfume. I've read the reviews and I can really relate to a lot of different things that people say about this one. It is multi-dimensional. So I've seen people say it has a burnt roasted nut feel to it. It has a little bit of a salty buttery popcorn feel to it. That it has a s'mores aspect. I've seen people say that it's like a buttery graham cracker. It has white chocolate weaved in. I also find it to have that macadamia nut and coconut that sort of come out to play when you smell this one. If you do not like rich, dense gourmands, this is probably not for you. But if you do, I think this is one you should try out. A great perfume, Cheirosa 71 by Sol de Janeiro. The next fragrance that I have here is classified as an amber vanilla. I find this one to have the perfect balance of white florals and woodiness and gourmand notes in it as well. This perfume is Tribeca by Bond No. 9. Now I still only have a sample. I have another sample on the way. I want to be absolutely sure before I buy a full bottle of this one, but I'm pretty sure that I'm absolutely sure, if that makes sense. I am including this one as a gourmand, despite the fact that it does have a white floral presence, because it has cacao, hazelnut, and caramel in here. The gourmand scent profile does stand out to me. I have it on my skin, and I find this one to be completely stunning. In this one, I am discreetly picking up on the hazelnut note, and I really love that note in this fragrance. I think it plays beautifully, and it's partially why I'm so addicted to this one. Spoiler alert, there will be another fragrance on this list that has a hazelnut component of it, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. But I would love to find other hazelnut fragrances that I can obsess over the way I do this one. This might be the type of fragrance that somebody who generally steers clear of gourmand fragrances would really like, because it has a whole lot more to it than just that gourmand aspect. I do want a full bottle of this one. I have not pulled the trigger yet simply because the price point. I think this is one I need to pull into my collection. I've got another sample on the way. I don't see this one going anywhere anytime soon. Tribeca by Bond No. 9. Next up is another top 5 perfume for me. This is one I don't see leaving this list anytime soon. It is one that I absolutely adore, and I will probably never let leave my collection. That is Angel Muse EDT by Mugler. When I wear this, it just feels like me. It's a stunning, addictive, intoxicating gourmand fragrance. This has the most beautiful hazelnut, chocolate, caramelic scent. Yes, there's passion fruit in here, and that sort of balances this one out a little bit more than the EDP, which is even richer and deeper. This is the one that right now I am enjoying the absolute most. Now, I have to say, this one has a little bit of a sharp, edgy, almost spicy type feel to it when you first spray it. When you first put it on the skin, it can be a little bit off-putting. This is one that I strongly recommend playing with on your skin 25-30 minutes before you make an overall judgment call, because when this dries down, it is one of the most stunning, beautiful, delicious, almost elegant and luxuriously feeling gourmand perfume. While this one is probably not for everyone, this is a delicious gourmand that I love and will forever and ever and ever have in my collection. I'd love to find other fragrances that make me feel this way. In fact, I'd love to bump a couple of these off the list, finding others that I love even more. But for now, this is a forever love. Angel Muse EDT by Mugler. Last up is an amber vanilla fragrance that I absolutely adore. I can't ever see leaving my collection. I have backup bottles for this one, and I feel absolutely amazing when I wear this one. This is La Nuit Tresor à la Folie by Lancome. This is one of the most beautiful, sweet, ambery, vanillic forefront type fragrances. It also has red currant, pear, bergamot to give it a little bit of fruitiness. But the most noticeable aspect of this fragrance to me is that vanillic, ambery warmth that you get from it, combined with the most beautiful sweetness. This one also has a subtle hint of spice to it. It's got nutmeg and pink pepper. I find this to be absolutely effortless. Again, I feel incredible when I wear this fragrance. I love the scent profile here. For me personally, I just find this to be almost the gold standard of gourmand fragrances. I love it that much. It just makes me feel that good. It's so addicting. It's so intoxicating. It's so sweet and delicious. This is one that I will never have leave my collection, and one I definitely recommend to gourmand lovers. This is La Nuit Tresor à la Folie, and if you have anything along these lines, please let me know because I need to know about it. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I truly appreciate you. I love, love, love all of the engagement, the interaction, the conversation that we as fragrance enthusiasts are having, so thank you for that. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. I hope you have a lot to be grateful and thankful for. Until next time, I'll see you soon.